Welcome to the Hours of Truth, a platform where they dive into the most pressing issues, seeking truth and clarity in a world often shrouded in uncertainty. Today, they are shining the spotlight on a story that has left many questioning the narrative. It's about Wunmi Mohbad's wife, the widow of late Mohbad Ilerioluwa. She has been sharing her account of the events surrounding her husband's tragic passing. However, a close examination of her statement reveals a disturbing trend: inconsistencies, contradictions, and outright fabrications. As the Hours of Truth navigates the complexities of Wunmi Mohbad narrative, it's become increasingly clear that our words are laced with deceit and contradiction. So it's their responsibility to scrutinize a claim, to separate fact from fiction, and to uncover the truth. Join them as they embark on this journey, seeking to unravel the tangled web of Wunmi Mohbad's statement. Today they will be analyzing Wunmi Mohbad's interview, where she shared a side of the story, but as you will soon see, her words are riddled with contradictions, raising serious questions about her credibility. Now, let's take a closer look at Wunmi Mohbad's interview. This first video is an interview with Arise TV, where Wunmi said Mohbad, her husband, was supposed to have a broadcast on the day the tragic event happened.
Yeah, so what actually happened is, like, it was on Tuesday, and a nurse actually came, like his friend, Spending, called a nurse. He was the one that gave us the nurse number, and one of his workers, Bami, called the nurse, and the nurse came around on Tuesday. Even on that Tuesday, he was supposed to go to a podcast interview, but the nurse actually came, and he was actually fine, although he sustained an injury, but he was okay, like it wasn't worse, because he had like plans for that day. So the nurse came, and the nurse gave him injection.
Now let's listen to her second interview with Truth, where she said Mohbad had a podcast interview with a lady on the day of the tragic event.
Had an injury from the fight he had with his friend.
Which friend?
His name is Prime Boy. And I also knew that he reacted to an injection. Because my husband was fine before the nurse came, although he had an injury. In fact, the day he died, he had a podcast with one girl. What's the girl's name? Susan Pork. Pajok, yeah, I think, I don't know. He has a podcast. So for you to know, it was actually, like, that was the day our son clocked 5 months.
Now, talking about the two videos. In her interview, Wunmi Mohbad made two conflicting statements regarding Mohbad podcast. In one video, she claimed that Mohbad was supposed to have a podcast on the day of the incident. However, in another video, she stated that Mohbad had already recorded the podcast. This clear contradiction raises questions about the accuracy of her statement. Furthermore, Wunmi Mohbad's account of the events leading up to Mohbad passing is riddled with inconsistency. Her words are laced with deceit and contradiction, making it increasingly difficult to discern facts from fiction. It's clear that Wunmi Mohbad is attempting to manipulate the narrative, but the Hours of Truth won't let her. That we continue to scrutinize her claims, to seek out for the truth, and to expose the contradiction. In conclusion, Wunmi Mohbad's statements are a tangled web of contradictions and deceit. Her attempt to manipulate the narrative are clear, but the Hours of Truth won't be fooled. They will continue to seek out the truth, to shed light on the inconsistencies, and to hold her accountable for her words. Thank you for joining the Hours of Truth. Don't forget to follow, subscribe, and like all their pages. The Hours of Truth Connect by FEO Media stands for the truth.
Welcome to Hours of Truth, platformed by faith in the Bible summary. In a world so full of lies, we stand for what is real. Honesty is our guide. We say just how we feel. No more fear, no more shame.